Hi viewers, welcome to Victory IAS. From last class onwards, we are discussing international organizations. So, in this, the ILO Singapore Declaration is the second topic now. Okay? So, ILO Singapore Declaration. Coming about ILO, it is formed in 1919. Okay, it is a associated organization of UN, United Nations, and it brings together governments, employees and workers. Okay, means government, employment, employees and workers. Okay. So it has totally 187 member states. Means almost whatever the countries are there in world, they all ratified to ILO. They are have been joined ILO. There are around 191 countries in the world. Out of this 191, total of 187 are members of ILO only. So the ambition is to set labor standards, develop policies and devise programs, promote decent work for all men and women. Means when the employees are working under government, they must need some sort of security and protection at workplace. So the ILO ensures the wanted social security and protection will be provided to the employee by the government. Okay, that is the work of ILO. Means the ILO works for labor protection, labor interest protection, so that they are not exploited. What happens in many cases, if there are no policies, what the government do? They make the employee do work at a very low wage. So what happens? The employee personal development will be affected because of low wage. Okay, so the ILO stands with the government, works with the government to make ensure that labor is not exploited. He will not work in low wages. He will be socially protected. Okay, that is the work of ILO. So what is Singapore Declaration here? Singapore Declaration is adopted at 17th Asia Pacific Regional Meeting of ILO. Okay, in 17th ILO meeting, the Singapore Declaration has been concluded. Okay, it is a tripartite, means government, employers and workers declaration adopted by the delegates. Okay, it aims to ensure social dialogue to address challenges associated with labor market and finding solutions for crises like COVID pandemic, natural disasters and economic uncertainty. Means the Singapore Declaration aims to ensure that labor market protection, means whatever the informal sector is there, in informal sector also the employees must be protected, and also how to deal with the pandemic like COVID-19 and Russia-Ukraine war. In all these situations, okay, means generally in labor market what happens, they work like freelance basis. Freelance basis means when the company is closed, then the employee don't have any work in hand. So he do not get any salary. So it will be difficult for him to meet his daily needs, even like food, clothing. Suppose in COVID conditions, many government and private organizations were closed. So what happened? Many organizations are moved to online work, or some are completely closed. Then what happens? The employee has to stop working. He do not get even food also. That is a problem. So in such type of conditions, how to deal with this labor market? Informal, formal. Okay. How to deal with informal labor sector? That is the thing here. Okay. How to ensure social protection for them. So what the government is doing? Government are making some social security schemes providing some social security schemes. So for unemployed, government will provide some fund, monthly fund into their account. So with that they can live till they get some job. Okay. These type of policies will be given by ILO to the government. Means in case of pandemic situations, you have to protect your labor by providing them some fund. So to ensure all these, means labor market crisis, to handle labor market crisis and pandemic conditions, the ILO has given 10-point priorities of national action for the members to deal with the issue of dwindling wages, inflation, unemployment. So in pandemic conditions, what happens? The wages will be affected. Suppose a labor is working at 400 rupees per day, he has to work half of the amount, like 200 per day in situations of pandemic. Means suppose a government company organization is in losses. Take some company like BSNL. Government organization is in loss. So what happens? It will reduce the wages of the employee. But the prices will be increased. Suppose in COVID situation, imports and exports are increased. Values are increased. So what happens? Automatically prices will increase. The prices are increased for even rice, dal, oil, like that necessary things also prices are increased, but the employee is getting low salary. What happens? He will be unable to meet his monthly needs. That is the problem. Means minimum basket of requirement prices will be increased, but the wages are going to reduce. So the person will be unable to meet his needs. And unemployment. So some people will lose the job also. If there is no job, there is no food. That is a problem. So in pandemic situations, to deal with all the three issues, wages, inflation, and unemployment, the ILO has set a 10-point declaration, 10-point priorities of national action. So what are the highlights of this Singapore Declaration? Means labor protection through promoting of freedom of association and effective recognition right to collective bargaining. Means the labor has freedom to form associations. Means labor unions. So a union will be there to support the employee. It will go against the company or government so that the employee will get the justice of wages or inflation things. Okay. So some companies, some government companies, what they will do, they will keep policies that the employees should not form any unions. The union should not work against the company. So what happened? There will be no freedom of expression. Even if the employee is facing problem, he can't tell to the company that I am facing problem because of this low wage. That's why every company, every government must allow the employee to form association or union. That is the first class of this 10-point declaration. And the second thing is rights of migrant workers. Suppose migrant workers has been migrating from one place to other place. Suppose a worker is working in Delhi or Mumbai. You know, in Delhi or Mumbai rents are so high. So when there is no job, he can't afford the rent in Mumbai or Delhi like cities. So what he will do, he will move to his hometown till the pandemic is over. In COVID times, many employees, informal or farmer employees, laborers has by walk also they reach their native places. Why? Because in native place it will go like anything. They will have own house. They will have own house with no rent. And other food expenses will go because they will be having farms, farming, etc. things. Okay. So for other goods like groceries, they have to pay. It will be enough for them to make their livelihood. But in cities like Delhi, Mumbai, they have to pay for rent. And apart from that, the farming they don't have. So even rice or wheat they have to buy. Apart from this, they have to spend on groceries also the tax will be more compared to small villages. So that's why what people do, they will migrate from big cities to small villages or hometown in times of pandemic. So the government should support this migration of employee. Means rights of migrant workers including improved accommodation on the way when they are going, there should be good accommodation for them, and protection of wages. The wages must be protected so that the employee need not to go to hometown. Even if he is having job, he is having 20k expenses per month but only getting 8k salary, then he is unable to live in big cities. So automatically he will migrate. Okay, that is the situation. So extension of social protection, and they must be provided some sort of social protection like life insurance, health insurance. In case of something happened to the employee, work time, the government company must provide some sort of social protection. So it is called closing gender gaps through. So the third thing is closing the gender gap. Suppose if you see in informal sector, a man is getting 600 per day wage, the woman will get only 400 because they think women will be having less capacity to work. That's why they will be given low wages. So that type of inequality must not happen. Both women and men should be treated with equality. That is the third class. Increase women's labor force participation, promote equal pay for equal work and responsibilities. Okay, like this. That is the third condition of this 10-point declaration. And even promote women leadership. Even though one male is there, one female is there, both are doing same hard work, but the company will promote more men first. Men's will get promotion first compared to women. What happens? Automatically the women will get discouraged. They don't have the motivation to work anymore in the same company. So that is the problem. That's why women leadership must be encouraged so that they will also get some motivation to do good for the company. Okay, governments and social partners should urgently take effective measures to address allegations of serious violation of these rights. Suppose these rights have been violated. In that case, the government must take stringent actions against so and so companies. What are the three rights given in 10-point declaration? One is freedom to form association or union, and the social protection for migrant workers. And third one, men and women should be treated with equality. These three are the clauses. So any of these are violated, in that case stringent action should be taken against the company from the government. Okay, what are the measures suggested? So what are the measures suggested for protection of laborers in these three areas? Okay, so develop inclusive labor market programs and policies. Develop labor market programs and policies that will be inclusive, and implement collective and determined efforts to accelerate smooth transition from informal to formal sector. So there should be smooth transition so that even informal sector looks like formal sector. Okay, so informal sector means they work like freelancers. Freelancers are daily laborers. Means when there is work there will be wage. But formal sector means they will get monthly salary. So how many leaves they will take, based on the leaves the salary will cut. Like that. So the government must make even informal sector like formal sector, means even informal laborers will get standard monthly income. Standard monthly income. So they will live with peace and prosperity. Okay, facilitate transition to peace, security, decent work. If there is regular positive income, then only they can do some insurance for themselves. That is the thing. Recognize impact of climate change and that too containing the climate change. Containing the climate change is very important. If the weather is too hot, it will be very difficult for employees to work in very hot weather. That too in companies. Inside they will be doing rigorous works at machines. Okay, like radiation in nuclear plants. So at that time climate change should be taken into consideration. National plans that help build environment sustainable economies. Even the corporate employees, okay, MNC employees will be get an AC in office. Why the AC the company is arranging? Because if they feel comfort, then only they can work positively. In the same way, the government also, if an employee is working in rigorous conditions like radiation things in nuclear plants or coal mining, at that time they must take into account in climate change as a factor of employment. So they should take care of climate also while making the work. Okay, and frame policies regulate labor migration to coordinate labor mobility, social protection, harness opportunities arising from labor migration. They also must take care of labor migration. So this is all about Singapore Declaration, friends. Hope you like the video. For many videos like this on our channel, please do like, share, subscribe our IAS Victory channel. Many people are watching our videos. We are getting the watch time, but subscribers are not increasing. Maybe the reason maybe our is purely English medium channel, but we will take care of in future. We try to teach in dual language also, like Hindi and bilingual thing. Hindi and English we try to mix, and we try to make for classes for Hindi oriented students also. So please try to understand and our concern, and please try to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.